A dark signal occurs when a traffic signal is completely inoperative, typically due to a power outage or storm. This means there are no illuminated lights, no red, yellow, or green visible in any direction at the intersection. Drivers need to understand how to approach and cross an intersection when this happens. Every decision you make at a dark signal affects lives, including yours. Let's look at the key points to keep in mind when dealing with a dark signal and ensuring everyone makes it home safely. The four-way stop. When a traffic signal is dark, drivers are required to treat the intersection as a four-way stop. This means every vehicle must come to a complete stop before proceeding through the intersection. Each vehicle must proceed in the correct order. The first vehicle to stop at the intersection has the right of way. Drivers should stop at the clearly marked stop line. If there's no stop line, stop before entering the crosswalk on the near side of the intersection. If there's no crosswalk, stop before entering the intersection at the point nearest the intersecting roadway where you can see approaching traffic. Vehicles turning left must yield to oncoming traffic going straight or turning right. Right-of-way rules at a four-way stop. The right-of-way rules are straightforward. The first vehicle to arrive and stop at the intersection has the right-of-way. If two or more vehicles stop at the same time, the vehicle on the right has the right-of-way, and the left vehicle must yield. If a pedestrian approaches the intersection, all drivers must yield as the pedestrian now has the right-of-way. As a pedestrian or bicyclist, you have the right-of-way at intersections where the traffic signal is dark and not operational. You can proceed safely once all vehicles have come to a complete stop and the intersection is clear. Proceeding with caution. You may proceed once you've come to a complete stop and check that the intersection is clear of vehicles and pedestrians. Be sure to yield the right-of-way before moving forward. When at a dark signal intersection, avoid using your hazard lights. Hazard lights can confuse other drivers about your intentions, such as whether you are turning or stopping. Focus on following the four-way stop rules. Yielding to emergency vehicles. When an emergency vehicle displays both audible and visible signals, it will always have the right-of-way. You must yield regardless of when they arrive at the intersection. This is crucial for everyone's safety. Situational awareness. Moving through a dark signal intersection, each driver should proceed in the order of arrival, but be aware that some drivers may not follow the rules. Always remain cautious. Flashing signals. When a signal isn't completely dark or working correctly, there are a few essential rules to follow. If the signal is flashing yellow, your direction has the right of way. However, slow down and proceed through the intersection with caution. If the signal is flashing red, your direction does not have the right of way. You must come to a complete stop and only continue when it's safe and the intersection is clear. It's strongly recommended that drivers facing a flashing red signal avoid making left turns across traffic that has the right of way with a flashing yellow signal. In emergencies, the safest approach is to make a right turn, then a U-turn downstream. This is much safer than making direct left turns. Let's recap what to do when approaching a dark signal. Stop completely at the intersection. Yield to other drivers who arrived before you. If two vehicles arrive at the same time, yield to the vehicle on your right. Proceed only when safe. Do not assume you have the right of way. Do not speed through the intersection. Do not treat it like a yield or green light. When a signal goes dark, be smart, follow the rules, and let's make it home safe.